which fronts onto Marketplace. I can remember all this area being covered over by wrought iron and glass verandas, completely covered. Yes, rather like Ulverston Station, that sort of style. In fact, they were actually copied from Ulverston Station. In that direction, all the way over there to those houses that we see in Benson Street, there were stables and coach houses and small yards for dealing with horses. In fact, there was a horse fair here twice a year. And these stables and coach houses were associated with the Sun Inn because it was from here, starting in 1781, that a stagecoach left 3 times a week to go over the sands of Morecambe Bay. That eventually took you to Lancaster, where you connected up with other stagecoaches which took you to Carlisle in Scotland or down south. A journey of perhaps 3 or 4 days, 5 days if you wanted to get to London. So this was the main area for leaving Furness and branching out to the rest of the world, should I say. And then in 1857 the railway arrived. It must have been a wonderful time when things happened like that. Now everybody believed when the railways first came that if you travelled faster than 12 miles an hour, that the breath would be sucked from your body and you would die. They knew no better because the fastest horse only trotted about 10 or 11, perhaps 12 miles an hour. But they seemed to think that if you went any faster, that was the end. Anyway, Queen Victoria decided she liked rail travel. So if she liked it, well, that was all right. Everybody else thought it was great. And the railways blossomed into what we have today, except they're in a bit of a decline now.
No, the Sun Inn then, that's not, is that original 1700s or is that?
Yes. Yeah, no, it even goes back further than that actually, to the 1600s, but it's been modernised on the front. Oh, this looks much better now. 1895.
Got the graffiti, but never mind.
Oh, well, yeah. Now, this is what we call Brazier Fells Yard. You can see the little sandstone plaque up there, 1895, which is quite big. Obviously, the building was here long before 1895, but you can still see the little rail where he used to hang his goods on. And you can see that, although they're all bricked up now, that it had quite a lot of windows in it. It also had a big double door here, no doubt to get quite a lot of machinery or something like it. But he obviously only opened one door, but can you see how that's worn, the steps worn, from people going in and out of that side?
Did you say it was a butcher's?
No, tinsmiths, ironmongers, that sort of thing. Though butchers did have rails like that.
Yeah, they did, yes, that's what
they did.
Sorry,
yeah. Yes. So it's also known as this area as Scruddy Billy's Alley. Now, Scruddies were apparently those little glass things you got in the neck of pop bottles.
Oh yes, like marbles.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he used to live.
There used to be beer bottles.
Yes, on pop bottles.
Oh.
Yes, yes. And he used to live in one of these little houses here, did Billy, and he used to give the children these marbles for a halfpenny. You got, I don't know, a dozen or something like that. And he got the nickname of Scruddy Billy, and this was his alleyway. So we'll carry on around. From 1838 till about 1948, about 110 years. Yes, right on the side there. It was a 2-storey building. It was about the same size as the public toilets, only 2 stories. And on the ground floor was the police office, and upstairs was a very small, what we would call a flat today, where the police sergeant lived. Underneath the ground level, there was 3 cells, and they were 7 foot high, 6 foot long, and 3 foot wide. And in 1848, the government inspector of prisons came around, and he recommended that no more than 3 people be kept per cell per night. So it must have been quite crowded if you had 3 points. So he whittled away while he was waiting for customers at the mill. And on the end there, the 4 seasons of woman: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Very famous.
That's what you start off and that's what you end up.
This is you're not careful.
Granddad, grandmother, dad.
That's a young lady, that's a very young lady, that's a young lady, that's a middle-aged lady, that's an old lady.
Granny.
There's none for old men, I'm afraid.
On the other side of the road, we have the Victoria Concert Hall. You can see the date, that's easy, 1850. It was built by a gentleman called James Barnett, and you can see the JB above the Victoria. He was a well-to-do butcher in the town. Now, the Victoria Concert Hall has had a checkered career. In the early 1900s, it became a drill hall for soldiers. The Boer War was happening and that sort of thing, so they used it as a drill hall. Later on, it became an electroleum, which is a posh way of saying a cinema, silent movies.
It used to be a cinema.
Then it became an egg packing
I remember that, I
station.
went round it.
Yeah. It became a showroom for motorcycles, and then it went derelict, and it was bought by the Emmanuel Christian Centre, and they did it up into what you see today. So it's on the up now, and I don't think it'll ever be demolished because the plans were put in at one stage to actually demolish it.